Okay, take 1,000,000. This is Echoes of Seasons. I'm going to try and show you this game and run through what we have found. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. So the first part of this is just spamming through some text. And then we'll go into the first, what I call zone. The main objective of the game is to take those glowing plants to the end zone. The end zone being those altars. So every time you take a thing to an altar, it opens up the next area, and you solve the puzzle in that area, opens up to the next area, etc., etc., until you put the final plant on the final thing. These are one of the mechanics. So clicking these allows you to change the weather from whatever the current weather is to a different season. However, we're not going to use any of that nonsense. We are going to try and get ourselves out of bounds. So it's going to take a few attempts because it's a little finicky to line up. There we go. So now we can get out of bounds and run straight to the last puzzle section of this zone. So there is no end trigger necessarily that you can run into. You always have to complete a puzzle in every single one of the zones. So the last puzzle in this zone we will have to actually complete in order to progress. So we get ourselves out of bounds to then get back in bounds. Oops, there we go. Fix this. So we do a few jumpy jumps here to get back up and then in. There we go. Now we're back in bounds. We hug this left-hand side to avoid a cutscene. Then we run up here. We jump a few times until we're very high so that we can slide around and through. So now we're in the end zone. The end zone. We put this as far as we can into that corner. Grab the flowers. And then we are going to jump and try and get ourselves effectively stuck on the environment to let's try getting this in order to effectively boost ourselves up to give ourselves a little bit extra height. Why can I not get this time? This is weird. Sure, enjoy. There we go. Right, and then up and up. There we go. Okay, not great, but it's fine. It's a little bit tricky. There's probably some extra strats or lining up that you can do. But yeah, I don't know what. Maybe you could just jump it. I don't know now. I'll check later. Maybe quicker to jump it. I don't think you can. I think if you put one of the blocks there, you can't quite make it to the other side, which is why we do the climbing up the side. I might be lying though. I might have got so obsessed with doing it that way that I have gone crazy. Anyway, this is zone 2. So in zone 2, we are going to do the first one properly. We're going to do the second one properly. Well, properly ish. So we zap this to winter. So this is the way that you get a flower. Basically, the flower is frozen in there. In order to unfreeze it, you need to put it on a vent. We change it to spring. I think summer works as well. And then that way we can take the flower, we climb with it, and then we can put it on the altar, or we can simply not do that and jump up the side here. Now, I don't know whether or not it would be quicker to simply solve that puzzle. However, I don't know how many other puzzles there are in this zone. So, because right now that we've got a flower, we can solve any puzzle because we just need to put the flower on the pedestal, and then that's the job done. I wasn't running. So you have to reset the run sometimes. You can't just hold down the run and then expect him to keep running, because why would you expect that? You know, why would you expect things like that to just work? You crazy bunch of kids. So part of the reason that going out of bounds here, this takes a bit of time because you have to run to a specific point to get back in bounds. Um, Specifically, this river. Um, so we jump up this section here. I do wonder if there is a way over there, because that would be better for us entirely, but hey ho. So we can switch to summer to get around. We need to switch to spring because it needs to be spring. Remember this now. I wasn't running. I thought I was because I was holding down the button, but you know, I wasn't. We jump over here. It gives us a little bit of extra height because we are crossing a river. You're not allowed to be on the rivers, so whenever you jump over a river, it gives you just a little bit of extra height. Here we can push this rock off. So this is what I mean with regards to the jumping. So now we can clear this path with jumpity jump and place that there, and then that's zone 2 done. So you can opt to not do the first bit of that. In the second level where you get that flower, you could opt to try and get the flower in the last zone instead. However, I don't think it saves any time. I think it's slower to get that flower. So this one, there are technically a couple of routes. We're going to do the slightly safer route. So the more complex, hang on, let me just grab this, jump. It gives you a little bit extra height just because of the river again, because it doesn't want you to touch it. So the better route is the exit is there, and it is possible to somehow jump and climb over that. However, it is unreliable as heck. I mean, so is this method, but if you go here and jump, there is a chance that you can, get up, but it's so inconsistent that it's, it's worth maybe like a couple of tries and then switching back to this method. So this method is pretty much jump and hope. So we aim, we jump, and we aim for this bit here. And that was stuck. Love that for me. Can we get out of this? I know we can, but can we get out of this in a way that is what we actually want? Okay, there we go. Fine, we solved it. So this lets us go around this way in order to get out of bounds. There we go. Sir, please. Thank you. Now, I'm doing this the slightly slower way. I think I am doing this the slightly slower way. God, you know what? I've done so much in this fucking game that I'm just losing my mind now in terms of what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Because there are so many different ways of accomplishing these goals. So you could solve that second puzzle and then come and do this section with the flower that you get for solving that puzzle. However, it's a bit convoluted to do that. So instead, I'm just going to try for this option, which is solving this puzzle. Not in the way as it is intended to be solved, but in our way. So we're going to put that rock there, climb up, go over here. We're going to make it summer by going to U. We need to trigger this cutscene because that spawns a platform over there on the right that comes up. Turn it back to spring briefly so we can climb up on this. Turn it back to summer so that rock gets pushed up. I should have instead brought the rock via there because then it would have saved me one extra turn. But it can get stuck. So switch back to spring. You put the rock there, climb up here. Switch to summer. Grab rock. Put rock. So that gives us that. You meant to switch to spring so you can get back up here, but you can just jump. So, you know, we love jumping. Oh my lord. Please, sir, thank you. So now we can get to this one. So in this one, you have to pick up 3. And then it's the last one that you pick up that you can actually drop off. My lord. Might be quicker to do the second option. We'll find out. I'll do another run after this with the second option and see if that's any quicker. There we go. Right. So now as the last thing, and then we just run it round, and then that's zone 3. So one more zone, and it's the easiest zone to do, thankfully. Well, actually, maybe one's the easiest. Maybe one's the easiest, but we'll see. This is going to give us a base time at least. So we're going to grab this rock, but we're not going to take it to where it wants us to take it. We're going to take it to this corner, secret sex corner. Then we're going to use this to jump up and up and up and up and out. Oh, bounds. Oh, baby. We love an out of bounds. So here we're going to navigate the treacherous path, whoa, of missing floors. And then we still need to solve the puzzle at the end of this. So this is the last one. This is the temple. We need to get to the temple, but there is a big rock in the way. We still need to solve the puzzle in order to get up that rock. However, we're going to do that by cheating. Because we are dirty little cheaters. So I need to remember how I get up this particular section of rock. Is it this? I mean, this is the quicker way. Yeah. So then we, oh fuck. So then we are fuck. Come on. So from here, from this height, we are going to jump over there. Great. And then we should be able to shimmy ourselves. Sir, I want you to shimmy, please. This is possible. I have done this before, sir. Thank you. Sir! That is a crime you just committed. You committed a crime there, my friend. You're a criminal. Send you straight to jail. Okay, here we go. These jumps aren't very precise. It's more a case of just jumping and praying that you're gonna, get that little clip. Ah, there we go. Right, yay. We're now back in bounds. There's the altar. There's the flower. Now, obviously, we can't get to the flower because it's super high up. How would one get to a super high up flower that is just beyond reach? We climb the rocks. We put that there. That now makes this platform climbable by giving us steps. Not the band. Just the functional. We still need to climb rocks. There we go. And now we're going to run. And as soon as the cutscene hits, there we go, time. So 14:30. It could be a lot better. There are different routes and different little strategies that you could take, such as getting the flower and bringing it to certain places. but I think this serves as a decent, somewhat first guide of what this game looks like in terms of a speed run. So I hope you have found that useful, and maybe you'll play it.